Hello guys, and welcome to a new Steel Division 2 video today by me, Eugen. Today I have for you a first look at the first Blindata, or România Mare, division in the new Black Sunday DLC for Steel Division 2. If you'd like to read the description of the division, it's on the right hand side there, feel free to pause. I'm going to jump straight on in. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go through each of the tabs. I'm going to poorly pronounce all of the units, but we're going to have a good look through them. And then I'm going to put a division together and we'll see how it ends up and talk about its strengths and weaknesses. Let's start in the Recon tab. So we have some Recon bikes, the Moto Mitragliera. These guys have an MG34. They have the very good stealth and very high optics, so not too bad. I like their outfits though. Check out those helmets, awesome. Then we have the Ciocchettase, which are the two-man recon squads. They come with the Orita M1941. Interesting submachine gun there. Only has 100-meter range though, nothing special about it. Can they come in any interesting transports? They can get the Tatra T93R 25mm. That has an autocannon mounted on it. That's pretty cool. Look at that boy. That's awesome. I mean, you gotta have it. You gotta have it, right? And then there's also the Tatra T93R without a mounted gun on it. Cool. Nice little truck there. Always good to see new units. Then we got the AB Horch, which is a 20mm SPW 222. Then we got the SPW 2341, I think this is. Which has the, no, this is 259, isn't it? 20mm AP shells, HE shells, standard stuff. Then we got the Ciocchettase Moto. These are 5-man squads, so a little bit different to your standard 4-man. Slightly larger squad. These are 30 points though, which is quite expensive for what they offer. They've got submachine guns, rifles, and then a machine gun plus a Panzerfaust. They have exceptional stealth, so maybe because they have the Panzerfaust they're made to be more expensive, but personally I think they're a bit overpriced. You can bring them in Recon half-tracks. Okay, make them cost an extra 10 points. That'd be 40 points for a 5-man Recon squad. Not sure about that. You can also get Recon Panzer IVs, which is cool. T4 Ciocchettare. That's pretty cool. I like the camo on it. It's kind of nice in a green camo. That would work really well on the Gora Calvaria map. Let's jump over to the infantry. So we have the Vunatori. That's I think it means hunters. Vunatori Moto. These guys come with 2 submachine guns, 6 rifles, and 2 machine guns. 20-point squad with 2 machine guns is actually pretty good. So yeah, these could be a pretty nice infantry squad, nice base infantry squad for your lines. You can also get Vunatori Moto, which come with the Panzerfaust there as well. Then you got the leader. The leader does have a sniper, actually has 2 snipers in the leader squad. Plus smokes. So that's actually pretty legit. That's a very awesome leader squad. It kind of acts as your sniper support as well as the leadership. The only trouble with that is, of course, they have the 1,000-meter range. So generally you're not going to want to have this too close to your actual infantry, which may sort of negate the fact that they're leaders in the first place. Then you got the Pionieri. These guys, 2 submachine guns, 7 rifles, MG34, and then the close range grenade. I don't really have good close range or mid range weapons. The Saperi, for example, they have SVTs, which makes them sort of able to shoot at mid range before engaging at close range, and it gives them a little bit of a leg up. But in this case, these are just like the normal Pioneers that the Germans get anyway, with the ZB24, like the Germans have the Kar 98s. You can get a Panzergrenführer, so there are some German troops in the first Blindata. There's some Panzergrens down here at the bottom, as you can see. You get 1 card of the standard Panzergrens and 1 card of the Panzergren Panzerfaust. In between those, we have the leader Pionieri and the Pionieri Assault, which are an A very good squad. A very good squad. These are very similar to Stemaviki. The ones with the, like Stemaviki rocks, with the 2 Flammenwerfers. So, or 2 flamethrowers. They've got 8 submachine guns, 2 flamethrowers, and you can get 5 of them in Phase A. I mean, you get 15 of them in Phase C. That's actually quite a lot for such a good squad. So that's going to be something to look out for. When you bring these in, it's going to be pretty important. Tank tab, let's have a look. So you get Panzer IV Hs, you get some T4s, which are just, again, Panzer IV Hs, but they are the Romanian colours. You got the T4 Commander as well. You get decent numbers of these at high veterancy in like the mid phases, at Phase B there. Also got the TA, which are the Stugs. These are Stug 3s. And the TA Commander. Again, decent numbers on the Commander there. Getting these in at 2-star veterancy might be a nice idea. Anyway, let's move over to the support tab. So we've got here some flamers, the 2-man flamer squads, the Aruncator Deflacari. These guys have their smoke, standard stuff. Then we got the Gendarme. These are actually quite good because they're military police and they're 8-man squads. Like normally, of course, you have Feldgendarmerie on the side of the axes, and those are 4-man squads with submachine guns, but these actually have rifles, so they can kind of support a mid-range engagement quite well. Don't get many of them though on a card. I guess that kind of lets them down a little bit. You get the MG34s, you get IG-18s, you get MG42s as well, like German squads of those. There's the Ford G700 or 917T. I don't know, 917T. I don't know how you're supposed to say those, but anyway, that's quite an interesting looking truck. Good old Ford there, bringing in supplies. Stur 42, and you got the Commandants. So you get a car in Phase A, the Tatra T93C. Doesn't have any armor. Phase B, you get the half-track there, and then you get the T4 Commandant in Phase C. It's cool. Anti-tank, Panzerschrecks. German Panzerschrecks. You get the Takam T60. Look at this boy. It's an armored hull with an F-22 mounted on it. It's kind of interesting, actually. Does have the same terrible accuracy as an F-22, so not sure quite how useful this is going to be. Bringing it in with maximum veterancy is probably going to be the way you have to go in order to get any sort of effectiveness out of this. Now, saying that, I guess what you could do is just use it as an infantry gun, right? Because it does have the 2.2 damage, which is more than most tanks. So maybe it's just good as sort of fire support at range, as opposed to an actual tank destroyer, because the accuracy is god-awful. We also get the Schneider AC-47mm. This is quite a cool gun, unique at least. 70mm penetration, 17 round per minute rate of fire base. That thing can fire fast. Wow. This would be great for sniping transports at the start of the game. Then you got the Venatori de Gare. These guys have 5 submachine guns, 2 rifles. They have... Well, these are very much like the... what are they called? The Polish variants. They have like the number to CC or something like that. And I can't remember how it's pronounced or what the name is. Anyway, yeah, they have both close range weapons and long range weapon, or like long range AT, which is really nice. It's like a really good combination, but they are very expensive. So yeah, I'm not sure how effective they're gonna be. You can bring them in with a half track. Not sure if it'd be worth it. Then we got the Rashica AC 75mm. This is a pretty decent AT gun. It has 160mm of penetration. Actually pretty damn badass. It's way better than a Pak 40. And that's base penetration. Like the Pack 40 would have a similar penetration with APCR. I think it's 180 on a Pack 40. Actually, maybe 160. And the HE shells also do a lot of damage. Look at that. 3.8 damage per shot. 8 round per minute rate of fire as well is nothing to be snuffed at. That's on the HE. And on the AP shells, it's 15 round per minute. That's pretty incredible, if you ask me. You can easily, at 2-star veteran, put up to 20 round per minute rate of fire with, what's that, 56% accuracy? Damn, these things are going to be nasty to go up against. Wow. Okay, let's jump over to the anti-air tab. The Ford G917T Hotchkiss, just a Hotchkiss mounted on the back there, the double Hotchkiss. I've seen these used en masse, but just terrible, really. 20 mils, of course. We can see the Hotchkiss 25 mil as well. I think this is almost just as bad. Yeah, it doesn't suppress that much. It suppresses a little bit better. Probably going to be mainly relying on these. The Fummel F3 37mm, which is the ETICAV Z71, I'm pretty sure, unless it's a different truck. But yeah, the availability of those is terrible. Oh my. Okay, and then you get a very limited amount of SDK Z71s as well. Well, AA is going to be pretty tight on this division, I'll tell you that much. Alright, let's continue into the artillery tab. So you got the OBS, what's it? I can't remember how you pronounce these with the Romanians. I think it's artillery, something like that. Oh dear, artillery, something. Yeah. 2-man squads, don't really use these. The larger squads are 10-man squads. They're okay, but 40 points now makes them kind of tough to pick over other stuff. I'm not sure if you'll have enough space in the infantry tab though, so I reckon bringing in artillery leaders is going to be necessary. Get cards of 60 mils. I get 8 of these on a card in phase A. You get 81 mils as well, of course, pretty standard stuff, and the 120 mils there, the Mortieris. But the OB M1936, these are pretty accurate actually, so might be worth using these. Although you only get 1 in phase A. If you got more than 1 in phase A, it might be worth it. No supply trucks for these artillery actually, that's something worth noting. Then we got the 210mm off map. The availability of these is pretty awful. Mortar half tracks though, German mortar half tracks coming to the rescue. These are decent, it's good. And then you've got 3 cards of the OB M1934s. Damn. These are the Skoda 150 mils. 7.5 damage, 5 round per minute rate of fire. These things can do some serious damage. But I'm not sure if you'd use that many of them. But you can get Skodas, which bring in supply with them. That'd be 170 points per. Looking a bit expensive there, not gonna lie. Alright, air tab. The DO17. I love the air tab when it comes to like paint jobs on these aircraft. They always do really well with the camos on the planes. They look awesome. And these ones come in with the Romanian tags as well. Very, very cool. So yeah, the DO17 Recon aircraft, not really going to be used that much, I don't think. I guess it could be for certain situations. I don't know if there's any. We'll have to continue through the air tab to see if there's any reason you'd want to use one of these. Because generally the reason you use Recon aircraft is for being in tandem with other attack aircraft at the start of the game. That's where you see them used most. There is the BF-110 F4. This is the is this the Night Fighter variant? Either way, very cool. 65 points. Comes with a hell of a lot of firepower on the front of the nose there. 4 machine guns, 2 20 mils. This thing could be great for strafing. I don't know how much damage it will do, but might be worth a try. It's a heavy fighter, has bad agility, unfortunately, which is pretty trash. Could be used for killing bombers, maybe. Depends how fast the bombers are. This isn't that fast of a unit, or of an aircraft. A 480 is not that bad. We do get some Ju-87s, the Ju-87D5. This comes with one 250 kilogram bomb and four 50 kilogram bombs. The light payload. It could be pretty useful at the start of the game. You get 3 of them. And then you've got the Me-109E3s. Again, remaining colors. Very cool. Like the camos a lot. Especially with the Romanian painted tail wing. Nice. Not much firepower on these. Just 2 20mm, 2 machine guns. I guess it's better than a G4, but the speed's not great. Exceptional agility though, a 1-star veterancy. It's pretty nice. Then we get some HS-129 bombers. Again with a beautiful Romanian camo. This is the slowest bomber I have ever seen. 315 kilometers per hour with a 250 kilogram bomb. Imagine dive bombing with that. It looked like it's taken forever. Right, now we have the IAR-81M. This is, I believe, a Romanian-made fighter. So this is a fighter bomber with a 272 kilogram bomb. Has 430 kilometer per hour speed, 430 cows, and 220mm. Are those Browning 30 cows? And then 2 German 20mm? It's an interesting combination. That's actually going to have quite a lot of damage. Yeah, it's going to have quite a lot of damage. These could be quite useful. And that bomb, I think, might be big enough to wipe out like a 5 health support gun in one shot. Can also get the ones with 250 kilogram bombs, just if you want to be doubly sure. It might be worth paying that a little bit extra, but the availability is way less, so maybe not. And then we got the JRS-79B. I think this was based off the Italian bombers, but it's Russian or Romanian made with Romanian engines. It's got 10 100 kilogram bombs in this one. You can get 1 in phase A, 4 in B, and 6 in C. And then you got the JRS-79B with the 4 272 kilogram bombs. I think that payload will be a lot better. You can get 2 of them in phase A as well. They go 370 kilometers per hour. You can also get some Romanian cluster Ju-87s, that's pretty nice, and there's also the Me-109 G6. So yeah, this is got 1 less 20mm than the Me-109 E3. But it goes a lot faster. So that's definitely helpful for taking on enemy aircraft. But this is the G6A. I don't know what the difference is there between the normal G6 and the G6A. But the medium agility doesn't make it very good. I don't know. I don't know if that's worse than usual. Either way, what an awesome, awesome division. There is a lot of new stuff here. And this might take me a little while to put together, because I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with this. I think it's probably going to be like a flatline based division that will do quite well in 1v1s. I'm not sure this is going to be a great team game division, mainly because it kind of lacks heavy armor support for 3v3 and 4v4. It does have these AT guns though that are really good. Reshita. That's how you pronounce it. Not 100% sure on that. Trying my best. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it doesn't have the anti-air for like the longevity. I think we'll make like a flatline deck for this. The flatline. Okay. Recon tab. Let's see. So it's very tempting to have some of these Chachitashi, but the Chachitashi motor, I think we'll just go for Chachitashi in the Tatra T93R with the 25mm. We gotta take it, surely. Yeah, we have to bring them in at 1-star veterancy with those. That's great. And then probably a card of 222s. Although these would probably be better because they're slightly faster off-road. The extra front armor. Oh, actually, never mind. Then these have more ammo. So that's definitely something that's going to make me prefer them. Okay, cool. Right, infantry tab. This is going to be a hard one because I'm not familiar with like any of this infantry. I think the Venatori are pretty good, honestly. They look pretty good. Bringing these in phase A, I think, is unnecessary. I think bringing this card in phase B would be a good idea, and I'll bring them in with the half tracks as well. And then we have 2 cards of these in phase A, a card of Pionieri. Probably want to bring in those sniper leaders. Actually, I'll tell you what. Maybe we bring in like sniper leaders in phase B. Wait, what's this? We'd missed this. We can bring them in with 259s. That's cool. It has a Romanian paint job as well. I like it. I mean, this isn't necessarily a bad idea, because you could unload at the range with the leader, and then the leader would instantly give this 2-star veterancy, and then this would be pretty damn good as a support vehicle. In Panzergrens are still going to be vulneratory at ranged engagements, because I don't think the ZB30 is as good at all. Not sure when I'm going to want to use these. I think phase A could be a good idea for them, because you can get that real shock factor that you need with a flatline division. And then we do like Pionieri in phase B. And then we can do like Panzergrens in phase C maybe. I don't know if I want Panzergrens or Panzerfaust. Probably just normal Panzergrens will do. In phase C. Right, then we're going to want a card of leaders. So in the artillery tab, how many can we get in phase A? 2. I don't think 2 is enough for this infantry. And this infantry doesn't look like enough in general. I guess that's another reason it's probably going to be a flat line. I don't think we can take 2 cards of infantry in phase B. Probably need more in phase A. The 2-man sniper leaders are pretty damn cool. I don't think the Pionieri are worth having. I think we just bring in like more Venatori Moto in phase A. Availability there is pretty rough into the late game. Gonna have to rely a lot on the support tab. Okay, tank tab. Let's have a look. So Panzer IVs and T4s. We could certainly do some up-vetted Panzer IVs. We'll take out the Romanian ones because they are cool. We'll bring in up-vetted T4 Kabanda in phase B. Also want to make sure we get our Stugs in here. Do some phase A Stugs and then some phase B Stugs. And then we'll want probably just some more phase C Stugs, or well, I guess Panzer IVs we'll have to do. Awesome. Alright, support tab. Definitely need the flamers. Gendarme. We might have to bring these in. We could do MG 42s. And again, I think the MG 34s have the same suppression, don't they? We'll do the Romanian MG 34s, we'll keep it Romanian. Well, the other thing that I was probably wanting to do is bring in the leaders in the transports there, but I don't know if it's worth it because it will cost quite a lot in Phase A. I guess the rest of the infantry is quite cheap. I'll give it a go. I don't think this is necessarily recommended, but might be worth something trying out. So I'm going to do it. The IGs we definitely need, and well, you only get 4 of them. Pretty rough. And let's do 42s. Then we need the leader. I don't have any supply. I think I actually failed to put supply in my last deck as well. What would I want to drop here? Probably the IGs, I think. And we'll go for Phase B, because we're probably going to use these in Phase A. So it should be fine. And then these will bring their own supply if we're going to use them. Okay. Anti-tank tab. Panzerschrecks, probably necessary. Bring some Panzerschrecks. The TACOM, I kind of want to try it out. So I think I might bring him in. Might be useful. Throwaway units in Phase A. We need to leave enough space though for the Reshita, because these things are very, very good. I think just bringing as many as we can in B and C is necessary. The Vunatore de Care, I don't know if we want to use these. They're very expensive. Could be a nice unit to supplement in Phase A. And if we're bringing those, we don't need the Panzerschrecks. So we'll bring in the Schneider and the Vunatore de Care. We'll try that. Okay. Anti-air, it's going to be pretty rough. I think bringing in these with extra veterancy is important. Hey, we can get these things. There's little German carrier trucks. It's pretty cool. It can be towed by Hotchkisses. That's pretty useful. We'll do that then in Phase A. And then we'll do these in Phase B. And these in Phase B. And maybe I just need to do both of those in, well, not upvet them and just bring them in so I have lots of Hotchkisses as well. Yeah, we'll have to do it like that, I think. Artillery tab. I'm going to need the second card of leaders. So we'll bring those in B. And then I don't know what else I want here. Off map might be handy. And then maybe a card of artillery in the late game. Then air tab. Need to pick our fighters. Do kind of want to try out the BF 110s. I also want to try out the JRSs. We'll bring in those in Phase A. So if you were doing like a cheese at the start, you could probably bring in like the DO-17 plus one of the JRSs and do like a bombing strike on a road at the start. That might work. Definitely going to need the Ju-87s. We'll have those in Phase A as well. Yeah, and I should really have some fighters here. Could do fighter bombers. Or we could just do straight up fighters. I'm not sure. I think having the MU-109 E3 is important. So I would probably try out the BF-110 at some point. But for now, I think that's how I'm going to leave it. First, Blindata. There we go. The Romanian division, the first Romanian division. That is a very, very interesting one. I think it's going to be pretty strong, actually, in the 1v1. The infantry value, like the fact that their Venatori are very cheap, is going to make them pretty strong. And you get the Pionieri Assault, which have the 2 flamethrowers, very strong in phase A. If they're used correctly, you get leaders with snipers. Then I got the Venatori and the Panzergrens for phase C as well there. But yeah, there's not really much substance in phase C, other than their artillery and their AT guns. So being aggressive with this division is going to be super important. I've got those flamers in there as well, and the MG34s, so you can have plenty to supplement your infantry in phase A. And I've got some really strong tanks there as well with the 2-star veterancy. So yeah, it's going to be okay. Not so sure about the air tab. I think the air tab's the only place where I'm kind of like a little bit wary. I could probably drop something elsewhere in order to get more aircraft. But for now, I think that's okay. A very, very interesting division. I think it's going to be strong in the early game. Suffers very much late game. But still probably going to be able to support a little bit in 3v3s and 4v4s and 10v10s because of those AT guns. That will be what allows it to break down the heavier tanks. And of course you have a JU-87 in phase A with the cluster munitions to pop those tanks as well. Very excited to play this division. I think it's going to be a tough one to master, but will be a lot of fun. Alright, I'll leave it there. Hopefully you guys enjoyed a look at the first Blindata. We'll be going back now to another one of the Soviet divisions. And hopefully you're looking forward to that. But in the meantime, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.